your demeanor, your willingness to come against the gospel, the red that show forth through your skin, and then you look at your eyes, so I can tell you're a cunning hunter.
But what's the gospel? Go to Colossians chapter 1 and you'll read the gospel, and it says God is reconciling all things to himself. That's the gospel.
That's what the gospel is about.
In Colossians chapter 1, it says God is reconciling all things to himself, not just one people group. So all things, and what is in all things? All people groups.
Is the gospel found in Colossians?
Yes, it is.
Found in Luke and Isaiah.
Colossians 1, it says he made peace by the blood of his cross. That's the gospel. It's good news. That's what gospel means. Are you saying it's...
What verse in Colossians?
I don't know the exact verses. It's Colossians 1.
Know the exact verse.
But it's good news that God is reconciling all things to himself.
Let's get Colossians 1 and 1. Okay, someone give me Psalm chapter 148, verse 14.
That's what I said. Close the Bible. So you don't know the verse out of the Bible.
Why would we close
the Bible?
We're not closing the Bible. We're not closing the Bible. Colossians 1 and 1. We'll never close the Bible. We'll never close the Bible.
You're not going to use it. Their heart's going to turn to what you
Yeah, Colossians 1 and 1.
The book of Colossians, chapter 1, verse 1.
Go to verse 15.
Of Jesus Christ.
Paul, the apostle of Jesus Christ, come on.
By the will of God.
What tribe was Paul from?
Let's go to verse 15. That's the relevant portion. Benjamin.
Yeah, he was. He knows something. Esau knows something. Read on.
And Timotheus, our brother.
Come on.
To the saints.
To the what?
To the saints.
To the what?
To the saints.
Colossians was written to the saints. Who are the saints?
Saint means somebody who's sanctified, set apart, made holy.
Who are the saints?
The saints are people who are regenerated by the Holy Spirit. People who have been made disciples.
Psalms 148, verse 14. Let me show you who the saints are. Colossians was written to the saints. I got classes on this. You need to watch our classes. So.
Right. I got you.
Yeah, you got it?
Yeah.
Bring that out.
This is the book of Psalms, chapter 148 and verse 14.
Bring it out.
He also exalted the horn of his people.
The horn of his people, you know, is Christ. That's the horn of salvation. Read on.
The praise of all his saints.
The praise of all his saints. Who's the saints? Read on.
Even of the children of Israel.
That's who his saints are. That's who Colossians
But that not only the children of Israel, because in Isaiah chapter 19, God calls Egypt his people.
No, show me where he called anybody else as saints.
Well, by calling them people, that he makes them saints, because saints are God's people, right?
He made somebody else a saint.
Saint means sanctified, set apart, made holy. And so
who's the set apart people?
the Egyptians in Isaiah 19.
No, that's not true.
And I mean, we have Cornelius, who was an previously unclean Gentile, but he was called clean.
Cornelius was made to serve the Israelites, like you should be doing. All that money they just gave you, you're supposed to put it out.
No. Peter told Cornelius to not bow to him. Cornelius told
chapter 10.
Peter told Cornelius to not bow to him.
Because all that money they gave you, you're not supposed to take money from the children of Israel. You're supposed to give it to them. Right. We get Acts chapter 10.
But I didn't take your money.
Acts chapter 10, verse 1. Start at verse 1.
Book of Acts, chapter 10, verse 1.
Bring it out.
There was a certain man in Caesarea called Cornelius.
Come on.
A centurion of the band called the Italian band.
Like he's part of the Roman army. Read on.
A devout man.
Come on.
And one that feared God with all his house.
Right.
Which gave much alms.
Which gave what?
Which gave much alms.
Which did what?
Which gave much alms.
Which did what?
Which gave much alms.
What's your alms, Cornelius?
It says to the people. It doesn't say only Israelites.
We are the people. Israelites are the people.
But the people in Caesarea were not only Israelites. Israelites were not the only people in Caesarea.
People, it means Israelites.
No, it doesn't. It doesn't say that. You just made that up. That's what you do. You just make stuff up.
Let me get Isaiah chapter 60, verse 10. Cornelius had an understanding that you don't have yet, Esau.
Yeah, Isaiah chapter 60 is about the new heavens and new earth, correct?
Right, Isaiah chapter 60, verse 10. Let me show you something.
This is the book of Isaiah, chapter 60 and verse 10.
Bring it out.
And the sons of the strangers shall build up thy wall.
And what is the sons of the strangers going to do?
Build up thy wall.
We're not talking about the Donald Trump wall neither. Read on.
and their kings shall minister unto thee.
Your king's supposed to minister unto us. That's
Yeah,
prophecy,
Jesus said the greatest among you will be your servant.
Right? Yeah.
So the servants are the greatest in the new heavens and new earth.
Yeah.
So we're all going to be
The greatest
serving.
person on earth is the so-called white man bullying everybody.
No, the people. Everybody's going to be serving
But
everybody in the
my
new heavens and new
favor-
earth.
But in my favor have I had mercy on thee. Therefore thy gates shall be open continually. They shall not be shut day or night, that men say, bring unto thee the forces of the Gentiles.
So you Gentiles supposed to bring us your labor, your substances, and everything.
Right. Everybody's going to be serving everybody in the
And
kingdom of
their
God.
kings
The kingdom of God
be
is the kingdom of service.
Why it says their kings?
Well,
Why it says that?
because it shows their inclusion in the whole kingdom of service. Because Jesus said, the greatest among you will be your servant. He said, when he washed the disciples' feet, I give this to you as an example of what you're supposed to do for one another. So in the kingdom of God, you're supposed to, so that he's indicating there that Israelites are supposed to get down and wash people's feet too.
No,
And the
they're-
Israelites
they're
are supposed to
kings.
serve.
Israelites supposed to love each other. Because even in the
And-
time of Christ, they had problems doing that.
And Jesus said, love your enemies too.
They're enemies amongst our people.
No, he didn't say that. He
Yes, it
said,
does.
love your enemies.
That goes
He didn't
back
say
to
amongst
the
your
law of
people.
Moses. Let me get that in Leviticus 19 and 18.
Right.
We're supposed to love our enemies.
This is the book of Leviticus.
Can you comprehend this?
This is the book of Leviticus, chapter 19 and verse 18. Thou shalt not avenge, nor bear any grudge against the children of thy people.
Against who?
Against the children of thy people.
This is Levitical order. This is only talking about the children of Israel. Or against the children of thy people. Read on.
But thou shalt love thy neighbor as thyself.
And that's only talking about the children of Israel.
Deuteronomy 10:19 says, love the sojourner, therefore, for you were sojourners in the land of Egypt. Who's the sojourner? That's somebody who's not of Israel.
Well, read that. Read Deuteronomy 10 and 19. And you give me Leviticus chapter 25, verse 44.
The book of Deuteronomy, chapter 10 and verse 19.
Bring it out.
Love ye therefore the stranger, for ye were strangers in the land of Egypt.
So this is talking about Israelites that sojourn amongst the tribes.
It doesn't say that though.
It does. Read verse 12.
12. This is the verse 12.
You gotta get the context.
And now, Israel.
Who?
Israel.
Is who?
Israel.
Read on.
What doeth the Lord thy God require of thee?
Read on.
But to fear the Lord thy God, to walk in all his ways, and to love him, and to serve the Lord thy God with all thy heart and with all thy soul.
Come on.
To keep the commandments of the
So
Lord.
this is talking about Israelites who keep a commandment.
No, he's talking to Israel. He doesn't mean he's talking about Israel.
Thee this day for thy good.
He's talking
what?
to Israelites.
For thy good.
For your good.
But it's
Our
not
good.
making the point that you think it's
Our
making.
good.
Like you're
Behold,
totally
no,
twisting
listen.
this.
Behold, the heaven and the heavens is the Lord thy God. The earth also with all therein. Only the Lord had a delight in thy fathers.
Only the Lord had what?
A delight in thy fathers.
He's only talking about the Israelites because they descended from the forefathers.
Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob.
That's the context of it. Read on.
To love them. And he chose their seed after them, even you above all people, as it is this day.
And that's why he needs to give them instructions about the sojourner, because they already know that they're God's chosen people.
44. Hey,
So then why in 2 Chronicles chapter 6 does Solomon say that he wants the foreigner to be heard by God and to fear God? So Solomon wants the foreigner to fear God, and he wants his prayers to be heard by God. 2 Chronicles chapter 6. Go there and read it. Go there and read it.
Go to 2 Chronicles chapter 6. What is he talking about? Listen to what he's talking about.
It's the book of Leviticus, chapter 25 and verse 34. Both thy bondmen.
He said what?
Both thy bondmen.
He said both thy bondmen. What is a bondman?
It's a servant or slave.
Servant or slave. Both thy bondmen. Go ahead.
In thy bondmaids, which thou shalt have.
Which what?
Which thou shalt have.
That we shall have. Read on.
Shall be of the heathen.
Yo, ignore him. Read on.
shall be of the heathen.
Shall be what?
Shall be of the heathen.
Shall be of the heathen. Your slave, the Israelite slave
Right.
is going to be of the heathen.
Right.
Read on.
That are,
Cornelius knew this. Read on.
that are round about you.
That are round about us. Read on.
Of them shall ye buy bondmen and bondmaids.
Read.
45. Moreover, of the children of the strangers
The children of the strangers, right? Read on.
that do sojourn among you,
Come on.
of them shall ye buy.
Shall he what?
Shall ye buy.
So the Bible can't contradict itself. Read on.
And of their families that are with you,
Read.
which they beget in your land,
Those, even the children they have in your land. Read on.
and they shall be your possession.
They shall be what?
Be your possession.
Now you're equal. Read on.
Verse 46. And ye shall take them as an inheritance,
As what?
as an inheritance
Psalms 2 and 8. Read on.
for your children after you,
And it
Your
says to
children after
love
you,
them.
to inherit
Love,
them,
love the
Read
sojourner.
on.
to
So-
inherit them
Read.
for a possession.
For what?
For a possession.
For a possession. Read on.
They shall be your bondmen.
They shall be what?
They shall be your bondmen
They shall be our bondmen. Read on.
forever.
For how long?
Forever.
For how long?
Forever.
If you have the slave, he's your slave forever.
Over you, brethren.
But it doesn't mean that every single heathen is supposed to be your slave.
It makes a difference. Listen to the difference. But over your brethren, read on.
The children of Israel,
Who's your brethren?
the children of Israel,
Read on.
ye shall not rule one over another with reign.
With rigor.
Rigor.
With rigor. What does rigor mean?
It means you shouldn't treat them harshly
But it
as
says
you're
we're supposed
treating
to
them.
treat the children of Israel without rigor. That's why I said
Right.
you misunderstood.
But you're still supposed
the
to love your
Bible
enemy.
verse. Yeah, the enemies amongst our people. 'Cause we
And
become
it says love the sojourner. And Exodus chapter 12 makes clear that the sojourner can become circumcised and then treated the same way as an Israelite, someone who's born in the land. Go to Exodus chapter 12.
Yeah, go to Exodus 12 because you just cut yourself with that. Because it's not talking about a heathen.
Yeah, it is.
Nah, it's not talking about that. Exodus 12 and 1.
You have no proof that it's only talking about ethnic Israel. You can't prove that.
Oh yeah, read Psalms 2 and 8. Somebody give me
Why would they need special instructions
Psalms chapter 2, verse
about
8.
ethnic Israelites in
Ask
this
me,
case?
and I shall give thee the heathen for thine inheritance.
See, this is what David is getting the information from the Most High God that he's going to get the heathen for his inheritance. Read on.
And the uttermost parts of the earth for thy possession.
That's Psalms 2 and 8. Right? That's the gospel. That the Israelites will rule over the heathen that was ruling over them.
No, the gospel is that God is reconciling all things to himself.
You understand that? You understand that the people in Israel are the synagogue of Satan. You first understand that.
Well, let's continue on with the point we were talking about. You can't substantiate that claim.
Yes, I can. Yes, I can. What are the curses that fall upon the Israelites according to the Bible?
Let's stay on topic. Let's stick with Exodus chapter 12.
Look at that.
You're squirming. You're changing the topic.
Exodus. I'll let you squirm, devil. You can live for a little bit until Christ returned and it's off with your head. Yeah.
It's the book of Exodus, chapter 12 and verse 1. And the Lord spake unto Moses and Aaron
Let's go to the institution of the
in the land
Passover.
of Egypt, saying,
Let's go to Passover. And let's go to the bottom of the chapter.
Let's get verse
43.
Let's get verse. Let's see. Start at verse 24.
Done. This is the book of Exodus, chapter 12 and verse 24. And ye shall observe this thing for an ordinance to thee and to thy sons forever.
Right, this is supposed to be for the Israelites and their sons forever. Read on.
And this shall come to pass when ye be come to the land which the Lord will give you, according as he hath promised, that ye shall keep this service. And this shall come to pass when your children shall say unto you,
Whose children?
Your children,
Your children, Israelite children. Read on.
shall say unto you,
Come on.
what mean ye by this service? That ye shall say, it is the sacrifice of the Lord's Passover.
It is what?
The sacrifice of the Lord's
That's the
Passover.
sacrifice of the Lord's Passover. Come on.
who passed over the houses of the children of Israel in Egypt.
And where?
In Egypt.
The children of Israel in Egypt, not for the Egyptians. Read on.
When he smote the Egyptians.
When he did what?
When he smote the
How
Egyptians.
can anybody else celebrate the Passover besides Israelites? Because he smote the Egyptians for Israelites. Read on.
And delivered our houses.
Right? Our houses. Read on.
And the people bowed their head and worshiped.
A mixed multitude went out with
And
the
the
Israelites.
children of Israel went away and did as the Lord had commanded Moses.
And did what?
And did as the Lord had commanded Moses and Aaron. So did they.
Right? So what verse are you looking for?
Let's go to 48. If a stranger shall sojourn with you and would keep the Passover to the Lord, let all his males be circumcised. Then he may come near and keep it. He shall be as a native of the land. But no uncircumcised person shall eat of it. There shall be one law for the native and for the stranger who sojourns among you. So if
keep reading. Keep reading.
all the people of Israel did just as the Lord commanded Moses and Aaron.
What?
All the people of Israel.
That's just talking about the people of Israel.
Right. And so the people of Israel did what God commanded. And so that means they're following God's law here, that they're allowing the stranger to eat of the Passover with them if the stranger is circumcised. And so they followed that commandment.
That's talking about Israelites that scattered abroad.
No, not at all. It doesn't say that. It doesn't say that. You just made that up.
Read on.
It says sojourner.
It's going to tell you.
Thus did all the children of Israel as the Lord commanded Moses and Aaron, so did they.
Read on.
And it came to pass that same day that the Lord did bring the children of Israel out of the land of Egypt by their armies.
Read on.
Chapter 13.
Chapter 13. Go to verse 46.
Verse 8. It's the book of Exodus, chapter 12, verse 42. It is a night to be much observed unto the Lord for bringing them out of the land of Egypt. That is that night of the Lord observed of all the children of Israel in their generation. Verse 43. And the Lord said unto Moses and Aaron, this is the ordinance of the Passover. There shall no stranger eat thereof.
There shall what?
There shall no stranger eat thereof.
Unless he's circumcised. So this makes the distinction there. If you're not circumcised, you can't eat it. If you're circumcised, you can eat it, and then you're treated as one who's native of the land.
They say no stranger, heathen can eat thereof. But the ones of Israel that get circumcised can eat. Read on.
Verse 44. But every manservant that is brought for money.
But every manservant